Welcome to SD Science Academy. Here I am going to discuss today's, that is 4th March, that is grade 10 kids CBSE. They have written science exam. So here we are going to discuss about science paper, that too set 1. So we'll start. We are going to discuss about biology section, and that is in the MCQs. 8th one, sphincter muscles are present at the exit of, they have given the options: A, stomach and small intestine; stomach and anus; small intestine and large intestine; esophagus and stomach. So where the sphincter muscles are present? They are present at stomach and anus. So B is the correct option. And coming to 9th one, in the following diagram, identify the cells through which massive amount of gaseous exchange takes place for photosynthesis. Here they have shown a picture and with few labelings, that too without labelings, only numbers they have given. And maximum gaseous exchange takes place in the lower epidermis, that too in the stomata. So in stomata, gaseous exchange will be taking place. So number 1 they have shown, this is upper epidermis and this is palisade parenchyma and this is spongy parenchyma, and down one is stomata and it is having guard cells on the both the sides. So option B, that is 4, it is correct. And see 10th question, during vigorous exercise, occurrence of cramps in the outer muscles of an athlete is due to conversion of pyruvate to, so they have given options: glucose, ethanol, lactic acid and lactose. The correct option is lactic acid. Pyruvate will get converted into lactic acid. And coming to 11th one, plants which bear unisexual flowers are. So they are asking which will be having unisexual flowers. They have given 4 options. In that, mustard is a bisexual flower, papaya is unisexual, hibiscus is a bisexual, watermelon is unisexual, and mustard and hibiscus both are bisexual. Last option D, watermelon and papaya. So option D is correct. Then 12th one, when an egg-bearing sperm fertilizes the egg, resulting zygote has the following combination of chromosomes. You know children, how many chromosomes are present in a human body? That is 23 pairs. 23 pairs in the sense 46 chromosomes are present. Male will be having X and Y, female will be having XX. So here when X bearing sperm fertilizes with egg, then the resultant one is XX. XX, you know, it is a girl. That's why 44 plus XX is the answer. Coming to 18th question, that is assertion and reasoning question. Assertion they have given, when a bacterium divides into 2 and the resultant 2 bacteria divide again, the 4 bacteria produced would be almost similar. You know bacteria will be undergoing binary fission. And it is a mode of asexual reproduction. It is the example for asexual reproduction. So in the asexual reproduction, the daughter cells will be exactly similar to the parents. And the reason they have given, DNA copying involves small inaccuracies in the reproduction process. Here DNA is the genetic material and it involves inaccuracies, means a small minor changes in reproduction process. As I said, assertion, that is bacterium will be asexually reproducing organism that will have exact identical copies like parent. So no inaccuracies. So both are individually true, but no one is having relation at all. So option B is correct. Both assertion and reason are true, but R is not the correct explanation of assertion. Coming to section B, 22nd question. Why is it important to prevent oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing in birds and mammals? So they are asking what is the reason to prevent oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing in birds and mammals. So here is the answer. Separation is useful in animals that have high energy needs, such as birds and mammals, which constantly use energy to maintain the body temperature. As we know, birds are warm-blooded animals. They require much energy for their maintenance of the body temperature. For this reason only, oxygenated blood should not be mixed with the deoxygenated blood. And next B, which animals can tolerate some mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood streams, and what factors does the body temperature of these animals depend? So answer is amphibians can tolerate. So they asked which animals. So that is amphibians can tolerate since they don't need a lot of energy. The body temperature of amphibians are influenced by changes in environmental temperature. As they are cold-blooded, they can withstand the changes in the environment also. So what is the answer, children? Amphibians. Amphibians can tolerate since they don't need a lot of energy. Into 23, question number 23. Mendel crossed a pure tall pea plant, capital T, with a pure short T plant and obtained all tall plants in F1 generation. They are asking, they have given like a small case based, they have given a statement and they are asking the related questions. What is gene combination present in plants of F1 generation? So here capital T is crossed with small t. So this is a monohybrid cross. So what is the second question? Give reason why only tall plants are observed in F1 progeny. What will be the ratio of plants obtained in F2 generation when F1 plants are self-pollinated? So here is the answer, children. Capital T, that is pure tall pea plant is crossed with pure short t. The gametes obtained are capital T and small t. When a cross is made between capital T and small t, the F1 generation produced is capital T small t, that is heterozygous tall. They are asking what will be the ratio of the plants obtained in F2 generation when they are pollinated, self-pollinated, that is capital T small t when crossed with capital T small t. So what will be the result? So here I have drawn a checkerboard, that is Punnett square. Capital T, capital T small t, capital T small t, small t. So we have got a ratio like this. One is homozygous tall, two are heterozygous tall, and one is homozygous dwarf. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. For visibility, for identification, that is 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. Xenotypic ratio is 1:2:2:1. So this is the ratio obtained when F1 plants are self-pollinated. And coming to next question, that is give reason only tall plants are observed in F1 progeny. They are asking why only tall plants are observed in F1 progeny. That is why the reason is because the tallness is the dominant trait. It expresses itself and hides the expression of dwarf trait. So as the tallness is dominant, it will be visible in F1 progeny. And coming to 26th question, we do not clean ponds or lakes, but an aquarium needs to be cleaned regularly by. This question was repeated in 21-22 paper 2, that too we have discussed in the previous video. So here ponds or lakes are example for natural ecosystem. So natural ecosystem, that is natural aquatic food chain will be present in the water. In the food chain, decomposers will be present. So decomposers will be depending upon dead and decaying organic matter. That's why they will be cleaning all the things present in the ponds. As the aquarium is artificial ecosystem, decomposers will not be present. Coming to section C, 29th question. What is the first step in breakdown of glucose during aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Where does it takes place? So here is the answer. Glycolysis is the initial step. It takes place in cytoplasm of cells. So glycolysis is first step in breakdown of glucose during aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And coming to second question, ATP is called energy currency of the cell. Why? As ATP provides readily releasable energy in the bond between second and third phosphate groups, it is considered as energy currency of the cell. And third question, what they ask, what is meant by residual volume of air in a breathing cycle? Answer is volume of air remaining in the lungs after maximum forcible expiration is called residual volume of air. Fine children, this is the 29th question. 1, 2, 3 they have given. And coming to here also, B option, that is in 29th question B they have given, write in sequence steps for experimental verification of the fact that sunlight is essential for the photosynthesis. So here they have given one activity, that is how can we prove that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis in the life process lesson. So we have to write about the experiment in the form of steps. And 30th question, name the hormone released and the gland which secretes it in human beings during scary situations. How does body respond to enable it to deal with the situation? So answer is, what is the hormone released? Adrenaline, that is epinephrine is a hormone your adrenal glands make to help you prepare for stressful or dangerous situations. By increasing heartbeat, breathing rate and increasing the supply of O2 to skeletal muscles, body will show the response to deal with this situation. Here 33 question is the biology question, that is explain how some harmful chemicals enter our bodies through the food chain. Why is the concentration of these harmful chemicals found to be maximum in human beings? So the answer is biomagnification or biological magnification is a phenomenon by which harmful chemicals are accumulated in the tissues of organisms at higher levels in a food chain. When pesticides are used to protect crops from the disease, a large amount of them is washed down into the water bodies. From water bodies, these chemicals are taken up by aquatic plants and the animals. When herbivores, as they are considered as the primary consumers, eat plant food, these chemicals enter into their bodies. After herbivores, consumers will come. So these chemicals will accumulate in consumers, and finally tertiary consumers are obviously human beings. They'll occupy the top position in any food chain. Highest concentration get accumulated in their bodies. So this is how these harmful chemicals from the producers reaches to the human beings at a maximum level. So this is called biomagnification. And the 35th question, list 3 important points of difference between nervous and hormonal mechanism for control and coordination animals. And this one is in control and coordination lesson. And second one, how are axons related with the bending of plant shoot towards unidirectional light? So this one we'll discuss last. And B, name the disorder which a person is likely to suffer from due to following. So over secretion of growth hormones will lead to gigantism. Under secretion will lead to dwarfism. Deficiency of estrogen in females will lead to delayed puberty. Less secretion of thyroxine will lead to hypothyroidism. Also name the gland that secretes each of the hormones mentioned above. So growth hormones and thyroxine, these are all secreted by thyroid gland and pituitary glands. And second question, how is the timing and amount of hormone released regulated? So this is by feedback mechanism. So answer is feedback mechanism. So here you have to explain this answer in detail. So here is the answer for how axons related with the bending of plant shoot towards unidirectional light. The bending of the stem of a plant towards light is called phototropism. Oxygens play a part in phototropism, an occurrence that involves plants bending or moving away from the light. Shoot tip is responsible for directional movement by the plant in response to sunlight, as this is the area where auxins can be found. So sunlight eradicates auxins, meaning that part of the shoot tip of plant which is receiving direct sunlight will have least amount of auxins. The extra auxins present on the shaded side promotes more cell division and elongation. This is the answer for how the auxins will be related with the bending of plant shoot towards unidirectional